Hey, beautiful mama. Are you feeling overwhelmed and lost in the chaos of early motherhood? Do you miss the vibrant, the confident, the driven woman who you were before the sleepless nights and endless nappy changes? If so, I want you to know that you are not alone. It is so easy to lose sight of yourself with all the demands of caring for a new baby, but I want to tell you that here is the truth. You do not have to sacrifice your dreams and your identity. In today's episode, I'm going to explore with you how you can retain your sense of self, even evolve that, enrich that, and deepen that, and step into the next level of your mind, your body, and spirit, even after the challenges of giving birth and early motherhood. So, we're going to be talking about maintaining your self-care routines to making powerful micro choices. I am here to inspire and empower you. I want you to embrace this beautiful journey with grace and positivity. So be sure to stay with me for this episode because your transformation starts now. Now, the first point that I want to begin with, Mama, today is the importance of your self-care and your appointments. There are going to have to be some non-negotiables for you that you make everybody in your household really clear with in order for you to have even the most basic standard of life throughout early motherhood. There are going to be things like taking a shower on a daily basis, like having time for a very brief, simple skincare routine, making sure that you have enough to eat, you have maybe set meal times. These are some of the most basic, fundamental things that for some mamas go out of the window when you begin your life and transition to life as a new mama, because it is absolutely chaotic. And I'm not even joking when I hear people say that they didn't have a shower for a week, I totally can understand how that can happen. Personally, OCD, I couldn't let that happen, but I understand how it happens. So that's one of those things. And some mamas as well, we fall into this guilt trap where we're like, well, okay, I need to put the baby first, but then who's putting you first? Now, I struggled with this a lot because, again, as a mama, you're going to be one of these probably. Most of us are left to deal with absolutely everything ourselves, and it's like self-care is taken for granted. And when you're with this baby, for my second child, I knew what it was like, so I resigned myself to the fact that for the first 3 months, I'm going to hold this baby as close as possible. I'm going to be in the position of just in the mindset of thinking, well, okay, I'm not going to put this baby down. It's going to want to be with me for the whole time, that fourth trimester. I'm just going to be in the mindset of, okay, this baby's going to want to be held for all this time. And so I'm going to need to get some help when I have to have a shower. And if I don't have help, if I'm lucky enough that this baby will actually sleep for a while and nap for a while and let me do that stuff, then bonus, that's a plus. Luckily, this time around, this baby of mine was just amazing and would let me have a shower and didn't actually want to be held all of the time, probably because I was holding it all of the time. And I was able to have that bit more freedom, but for the last time, it was very difficult, and I couldn't even hand my baby over to my husband because she would just start crying the whole time. I was having a very quick shower and I was like strapping her into the baby Bjorn so that I can dry my hair. And that's very stressful for a mama. So that brings me on to my next point. When you've got your self-care appointments and you have this kind of thing set up so that you know that on a daily basis, this is your time slot to do, shower and skincare, maybe that your husband's providing at least breakfast, maybe making a lunch for you, something really quick and easy that you can just grab on the go. If those things are down and sorted, then you're going to want to start to think about something you probably will not even believe: your appointments. It's very important if you're someone who's used to, say, going for manicures, maybe having your eyelash appointments, your hair care appointments, if you're going for any of these appointments on a frequent basis, and then you're in the thick of motherhood and you have to stop all of that, you're going to really fall into a state of feeling totally lost, because these are the things that help you to enjoy your life, to save time on a daily basis, and just allow you to express that almost creativity in how you look. So it's going to help you to feel a lot more like yourself. If you're going for these appointments on a regular basis, do not give them up. And I know that sounds easier than said than done, but genuinely it was probably the hardest thing for me getting out for appointments. But I made sure, and I just hung on to the idea that for a short time this is going to be tough, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to go to these appointments. So again, back to the schedule. My baby was on a schedule and I got him sleeping, and I would go out for my appointments during the longer naps. I would schedule things around that time, and honestly those appointments were one of the things, they kept me feeling sane. Going to have your lashes done or your nails, you get to talk, catch up with people who are consistent in your life, find out about life outside of your bubble, and it just helps you feel so much more normal. It gives you a sense of hope that actually things are still the same and you're still the same person you always were. And it just gives you that, I don't know, that more positive energy that you often don't get when you're in the thick and of the overwhelm. So that's a really, really important first point. Now, if you're enjoying this episode, if you're feeling like it's bringing you some value, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified next time I release an episode, and don't forget to share with a new mama who you think this could really benefit. So when you have all the basics down, your basic fundamental things that you're going to do to make yourself and help yourself to feel normal, I need you to step into a positive mindset, and you're really going to do all that you can to nurture a positive mindset at this time. So it's kind of like survival. These first few months after having your baby, it is just survival. You will be in survival mode. And what you need to ensure then is that you are placing and embedding positive, powerful, enriching messages into your brain. So I want you to find some channels on YouTube, some podcasts, some audiobooks, things that you're going to enjoy, you're going to love listening to, that are going to allow you to build that growth positive mindset. Now, there is 100% a place for Netflix when you are spending hours feeding your baby, rocking your baby, doing all these different things. When you're sitting, you can't do anything, you can't move. And sometimes you are going to just max professional development and personal development out. You're just going to be like, do you know what? I am sick of this. I need something else. But honestly, get yourself an iPad and make sure that you have got a selection of channels on YouTube, for example, where you have uplifting messages, maybe creators that you know that focus on topics that are going to help you to improve yourself, help you to transform into the best version of yourself at this particularly difficult time. Maybe you're going to have things like meditations on hand for your quick healing and recovery. You're going to have meditations for empowering yourself every day. Maybe even things like subliminal messages that are going to help to embed into your subconscious mind the new version of your life that you're going to be living, things that will really help to transform your subconscious mind and your mindset, which will then transfer into your daily life and the thoughts that you're having on a daily basis. So really important to select what you are watching, what you are taking in, what you are listening to, and make sure that these things are also inspired. They are almost like you're listening, you're taking time out, meditating, whether or not you're doing this in a way that's very focused and structured and organized. You're listening to a guided meditation, but even if you just take a moment, recenter and say, hey, what do I need to be looking into right now? What paths and avenues should I be looking at? And don't forget to take some time for some light-hearted fun as well. So if you enjoy those soppy romantic chick flicks, that's me. And you know, something like that is just going to give you a bit of light relief or the audiobooks, whatever, do that. Okay, just give yourself a good balance, things to look forward to, things that are going to keep you positive and motivated. And honestly, be careful as well what music you're listening to. Turn off the media, the mass media. Some people call it the news. Honestly, it's not news, it's bad news. It's programming. You're being programmed to think in a certain way. So why not uh, take away the external influences from people trying to influence your thoughts, and why not be selective and conscious about how you're being influenced, because on a daily basis you are being programmed. So you decide, how are you going to be programmed? Is it going to be for the positive of your future self, or is it going to be just from whatever comes in, flies into your phone, your TV, at you? So very, very important to stay in a positive mindset, but you will need some prompting to do that, because not all of us have a network of people around us who are very positive and will focus on lifting you up. So it's about taking responsibility to do that for yourself. At the end of the day, from the day we are born until the day that we die, you are going to be the only consistent person in your life. You're going to be the only one that you live with. And we don't know how long we do have, but we do know that during that time we are the only consistent person in our lives. So it's very important that we are respecting ourselves and what we take in, and having really strict boundaries around about that to improve your power and your own energy. Now, the last point that I really want to touch on today is, it's something that's on a lot of mamas' minds, and it's about when you've just had your baby and the next few weeks after that, you feel a complete disconnect to your physical body, because you're like, what? I remember having my first child and thinking, wait, wasn't that bump supposed to go with the baby? And you're like, no, it's not. It doesn't go right away. And you're like, oh God. And the best advice that I can ever give you now, disclaimer here, clearly I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional, whatever that may be. I am not a dietitian. I am not a personal trainer. So this is not advice. This is just some wisdom that hopefully I can share with you that will help you. When it comes to losing weight, it is something that takes time. And thank God it does take time, because can you imagine every time you indulged or overindulged, it immediately reflected on your outer appearance? It's like the same with the body, the mind, and the spirit. If you're going to make any transformative changes, it is going to take time. And that is the beauty of it. You have time to do all these things, and you're going to be in a little bubble for a few weeks. And people, quite often we're concerned about what will others think, and what, because I'm really, you sometimes feel like a shadow of your former self. Put everyone else's opinions to the side. Focus on staying well slept as much as you physically can, because that's going to help to reduce the stress hormones in your body, which are going to make it absolutely impossible for you to lose weight, because they're trying to store all the energy that you might need, because you're currently in that fight or flight response. So as much sleep as you physically possibly can, anytime you can. And that means building good structures around yourself, so that you're doing all the necessary things you need to in a day around the time when baby is awake, so that you can capitalize on any naps that they do have, and just try and get your head down as well. Even if you're resting, it doesn't need to be sleeping. If you're resting, helping to calm your body, your mind, and your spirit. So important. So when you're getting more sleep, you're helping to reduce that cortisol, that stress in your body, and it's going to be easier for your body to start burning the fat stores that you have in your body, and as well, like all the water, all the other fluids and things that are in your within your body that need to be released. All of these things, it takes time. It took 9 months for your body to grow and develop for this beautiful baby, and it will take about that amount of time to, I'd say, you should let yourself off the hook for that amount of time. And I don't mean by just binging and snacking for that long. No, I mean by making positive choices every day. So when you take positive micro actions on a daily basis relating to your health, it's all going to add up, and it will do so very, very quickly. So my advice to you is, and people have always said to me, it's something that's always been in the front of my mind. They say, my God, like, you bounce back quickly. It is hard. It's mentally hard, okay? But it's actually not when you look at the bigger picture, when you look back. For the first, say, 2 weeks after I had my little one, my latest little one, I consciously said, I'm just going to let myself eat whatever I like. So if it was huge bowls of porridge, if it was chocolates, if it was, whatever I wanted, Snickers, whatever it was, I would still make healthy choices as well. But if I wanted something, cereal bars, snacking on stuff, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I'm an intermittent fasting girl, if I did all of that, it was going to be for 2 weeks. And then I said, okay, it's going to be healthy choices until the weekend. I will have dessert and I will, have whatever I like. If you're breastfeeding, you're going to have to be very careful about this. So again, definitely don't consult me about this. Consult someone who knows about the science behind this. But personally, if you want to really get back into your beautiful physique, or if you want to even tone up even further and become even, the next level version of you and what you envisage your perfect dream self to be, then understand that weight loss isn't, and all of that, all of the associated glow up, it's usually happens without the gym. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. People say, oh, you need an expensive gym membership, you need all this fancy clothes. You literally don't. It's quite simple. It's about reducing those hormones in your body that are going to stress you out and cause you to hold on to fat. After that, it's about really being in a calorie deficit, very slightly maybe, but if you're a new mama, you're going to need your energy, so be careful with that. And because when you go to the gym, you're basically going to make yourself even more hungry because you're expending more energy. That's what's always happened to me. So I would say instead, try and find a good structure that works for you. That's why I like intermittent fasting, because I do not eat breakfast. I have lunch sometimes, and I have dinner as well. I try and keep it all as healthy as possible, but I don't ever refuse myself anything. I don't ever say no to anything. But portion control is very interesting, because if you look at your portions of higher calorie foods, you'll find that that's where the calories can add on really quickly, and where essentially if you're not burning what you're taking in, you're not going to lose the weight that you want to. So that's really important. And I'm just going to keep it real, because in our world of, people being shouting about how it's great to, it's, we should accept everyone and all body sizes, and even morbidly obese and whatever models and everything in the media. And I'm all about health. So if you want to do that and if that is your life, fine. But I'm all about health, okay? I'm not about either end of the spectrum being crazy. It's about a healthy mindset and a healthy body. So you need to get these positive, consistent foundations in place for your own health and well-being. So have a look at some videos. Don't overwhelm yourself. It can be quite overwhelming. Make sure you're having enough protein. That's going to help you as well when it comes to, when you've got the hair coming into month 3. Some of the mamas, I certainly have struggled with the postpartum hair loss. You want to keep your protein lovely and high, and I'm not talking about those synthetic shakes and bars and stuff. Yeah, okay, supplement with them if you really need to, but keeping really good quality sources of protein in your diet is going to fill you up, fats as well. And then just trying to make sure that you're eating really, really well, because those micro choices that you make on a daily basis, they're going to compound into huge results over time. And I'd couple that and pair that with something that you really enjoy that you can do every day. For example, get out in the buggy and start walking. That is what I do. Get out there, get walking. If you can walk for half an hour a day when you're very nice and slow at first, you're going to see it will change your life. It will change your figure, and you will not have to set foot in a gym ever. If you enjoy that, some weight training home can be amazing. That's going to sculpt your body when you're ready for that. But that can be taken at your own leisure. So just remember, it's all about movement, sleep, keeping healthy, and that's what I've found that helps me to bounce back so much quicker. When I was on the treadmill the next day after giving birth to my first daughter, that was a huge mistake. It impacted my body for months and months and months. Give yourself a couple of weeks, maybe even 4, 5, 6 weeks, doing nothing but gentle walking before you start to step up anything, because the time will pass and you're either going to have your health, you're going to be in peak health, or you're not, and you're going to have to deal with the implications of that, because your body needs to recover. So if you are finding value in this episode, I want you to remember, subscribe to the channel for more tips and inspiration on your motherhood journey, being the best version of yourself as a mama. And don't forget to like and to share it with some other mamas who may benefit. So as we come to the end of this episode, I just want to reiterate the importance of maintaining a strong sense of self and identity. You're never going to be who you were before, because you're next level now. You are developing. So be kind to yourself. Take it easy as much as you can. And I want to remind you, this phase is going to pass so quickly. So just being kind to yourself, having patience, it's such a transformative time. You have got the power to shape your experience positively. Don't forget to head on over to Instagram, mrsmanifestation_, and let me know what your tips are, what you're struggling with at this point in time, because I really want to continue to create some content that's going to help you through this point of your journey, because you are valuable, you're important. We need a world full of caring, consistent, considerate, amazing, powerful mamas to make our world a better place. And if you are ready to take charge of your day from now on, and you're ready to make the most of your motherhood journey, then I want you to head on over now to mrsmanifestation.com/perfect. And you're going to start making those micro choices that are going to lead to big results when you download the Perfect Day Planner. It's a free audio planner. It's going to help change your life. You're going to see huge, big results in no time. So don't miss out on that one. And just to end, I want to reinforce that you can achieve your dreams. You can be the best version of yourself, even very soon after giving birth. So first few weeks, it's going to be so tough, mama, but I promise you will get there. My DMs are always open on Instagram at mrsmanifestation_. I want to wish you so much support, remind you that you're not alone, you're amazing, sending so much love, and I'll see you in the next episode.